Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope you are good. Hope you are fantastically well. Tonight we're going to talk about day one being present with your family. Tonight we've joined with my wife Melissa.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hello. What was
I've
that?
just got out of the bath and I'm feeling quite relaxed and
Oh,
you should
okay.
feel quite mellow. So I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's
hi.
that's better.
Hi
That's better.
everyone.
Hi.
My name's Melissa.
So this is going to be part of the Thai Dad podcast, but I'm doing this first of all inside the Discord group for you guys that have joined the group because, as you know, we're doing the Tired Dad 5 day reset challenge, and part of that is we're going to go over the next 5 days to talk about presence, communication, intimacy, leadership, and trust dash connection. So tonight we mark off with presence. And I'm going to give you 5 ways dads can be more present for their families, for your child, if you're a single dad, for yourself and for your child, if you're co-parenting, for your child and for yourself, and if you're married, for your wife, for your parents, for your family, and for yourself. Because I think I did something this morning, it was don't buy presents,
Mhm.
be more present.
And you
Because,
don't really like buying presents anyway. And what I mean by that is surprise present.
oh, I
You
don't,
hate present buying.
yeah, I hate present buying. But I used to.
Receiving gifts isn't your love language, right?
No, we spoke about that the other week. But I used to buy Emerson's. Um, I wouldn't say love, but because I worked so much,
You'd guilt buy.
I'd guilt buy because I'm not here, so you can have this.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Daddy will see you on the Sunday, so we'll go and buy you a
yeah, it
toy.
wasn't because we split up. It's because I used to work 120 hours a
Yeah.
week running our gyms.
Yeah.
So the only time we'd get would be a Sunday for 3 or 4 hours.
So you try and
Um,
equate time, with
yeah,
love, but
yeah.
they're not the same thing.
No, no, no. And the problem is life can get so busy, and we used to get busy, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's distractions, and most of the time, as a family, and this is just from a family point of view, lots of things can get in the way, can't it?
Oh yeah, completely.
And so sometimes being a present dad, an engaged dad, is so important, especially as your kids are growing up.
But with
Um,
such busy lives as parents and, working and,
mhm.
just trying to run the household and earn
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
it's a tricky balance, isn't
It's
it?
a very tricky balance. So I want to talk to you about 5 ways that you can be more present for your marriage and for your family. Number one, now this is a biggie for me because a lot of you don't know, but I'm an online coach. So I work with dads. We do a lot of therapy work. We do a lot of counseling. We do a lot of relationship counseling, don't we?
Mhm.
And so one of the biggest things that I do is use my phone a lot.
So
Um,
glued to your hands.
it's glued to my hand because a lot of my work is through my phone, a
Yeah,
lot of accountability is from my phone. So
yeah.
it's really important that you have a no phone zone.
You have set times, don't you, where
Yeah,
you don't go on your phone. And even Em said today, like, it's almost like you're addicted to it, Dad.
yeah,
And
yeah,
she doesn't quite know the difference between when you're using it just for leisure purposes and when
yeah,
you're using it for work.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, she doesn't see what you're doing on there, but
No,
most of the time it's work. But
yeah.
because it's such a portable device,
Hmm.
you're doing it all the time, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like you
yeah.
can carry your laptop around and
No,
just whack it out whenever, but
no, no.
your phone is just there
It
all the
is, it
time.
is like the black hole of distraction. And I
Yeah.
suppose it's like that for most dads, and
Mm.
because you're constantly scrolling, doom scrolling, emails, social
Yeah.
media, the news.
Yeah.
But none of it, and this is the thing that you've got to come and realize, and I have to realize every now and then as well, none of it is more important than your family. Because it's very easy to say you're going to do something with your family, and then 3 minutes in, you're looking at your phone.
Mm. Especially if it's there as a
Yeah, yeah,
temptation.
yeah.
So you literally have to put it away.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because your family time is a set sacred time.
And that's
And
what we implemented with meal times, didn't we?
yeah,
Meal times are a no phone.
yeah,
We come into the kitchen, which is where our dinner table is.
yeah,
No phones, and we just talk, don't we? And
yeah.
that's like a non-negotiable, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's one of the things that can work. Another thing is leaving your phone in the car when you come back from work and
Yeah.
just have a really nice time walking through the door, greeting your family, having how's your day been? Because that can be a massive game changer, can't it?
I think
So,
you're giving a subliminal message to whoever you're having time with that the
mhm.
phone's more important if it's there.
Yeah,
Or, I'm here, but in
I'm not
case someone
present.
else, in case someone else tries to reach me,
Yeah.
I'm going to,
You're not as important
prioritize
as,
that.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
not as important as the person that's
exactly.
going to be on my phone and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So,
So even just putting the phone on the table can be a bit of a message to the other person. Oh, wow, if their phone goes off, they're going to look at it. They're not
yeah,
really
yeah,
present.
yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. So, a no phone zone is
mhm.
the first step of being a more present dad. Number two, one-on-one time. Now, a lot of people, I was walking with the dads tonight. We do a 5K ruck and there's a group of us that go as dads, and we always talk about how there's not enough time.
Yeah.
However, I think there is enough time if you plan your time in. So
Yeah.
we plan date nights in,
Hmm.
we plan family time in, we plan in our time because you crave my time, your child craves my time, and everyone needs a bit of your attention.
And you crave alone time.
I crave alone time. So it's really important that yes,
Everybody needs their own time, but everybody
yeah,
needs time to invest in the people that they love and
of
care
course,
about
yeah,
because relationships are only the product of effort.
yeah, yeah. And also, guys, a family time is totally different to individual one-on-one time.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure now we're homeschooling Emerson, which means that she's around us all the time, that we set time just for me and you.
Yeah, because
Don't
it
we?
could be very easy now she's older that she has the same bedtime as us.
Yeah,
She wakes up with us, she
yeah.
spends all day with either you or I.
She doesn't have the same bedtime, but she
No,
could
but
do.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
she's older. So,
yeah.
and then when would you and I time be?
Yep,
You know?
exactly. So it's really important that you set in your one-on-one time with your kid, whether that's Lego time, going on a bike ride. Me and Emerson always go off and do our thing when mum, if she's teaching. And then we have set time just for us as
Mhm.
well. And that's really important, guys. And to put it in a calendar, I spoke to a dad a few days ago in one of the Facebook groups. And I said to him, how much are you and your partner planning stuff together to have alone time together?
Yeah.
How many of you are we on a Saturday night or Sunday link our journal dash calendar together, don't we? So we both know what we're doing, we both know where we are. And it doesn't have to be a massive, massive show up like, whoa, we're going on a date night. It
Well,
could
most
just
of the
be,
time, it's should we sit and watch this,
yeah,
film, or
yeah,
should we sit and have a little chat about things, or should we play a game, or should we
yeah,
just,
yeah.
it doesn't have to be going out on a date, going
No,
for a
no,
meal,
no, no, no. It
I'll
doesn't have
say
to be
to
over
you,
the top.
shall I cook you your favorite meal, or should we
Yeah.
sit and have a dessert together, or
And I'll say,
whatever?
should we watch the film The Holiday?
Oh yeah, sure. More like The Walking Dead.
Which you don't
I'm only
mind.
allowed to watch The Holiday once a year.
Yeah, well, whatever.
You can
You
manage
have your
that.
New Jersey on. Okay, number three, which is quite an important one. Don't think it's all about you. Okay, what you want to do. Now, how many times have we sat and watched Emerson's favorite film or Emerson's favorite YouTube thing and stuff like that?
Oh,
Peachy slime
yeah.
and all
It's
that
on
sort of thing.
repeat.
Okay, sometimes, guys, dads, it's not about what you want to do; it's about what they want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, it's easy to try and mold your kids into mini you and say, oh, I'd say to Emma Sue, she's a bit older, come watch The Walking Dead with me, or
Yeah.
I don't know, should we go to the gym or should we do this? But really, it's changing what you would do to what they want to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
And most of the time, it's really, really annoying and boring and crap and rubbish, but it's what they want to do.
And there's nothing that she loves more than explaining to us about something that she loves.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, what's this that you're watching? And tell me
yeah,
about it. Or she's really into these little sort of tweeny kind of books, isn't
yeah,
she?
yeah, yeah,
So we just bought her a couple more today, and
yeah,
she's just started the second one. And I heard her like giggling while she was reading. And I was like, oh, tell me about your book. What's
yeah,
going on? It's
yeah.
taking an interest in their world.
So letting them teach you something that they're
Yeah,
passionate about,
yeah,
which is a good one to do.
yeah.
And so
Oh, I
when
couldn't do that. Show me how to do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
start taking care in what they do.
yeah.
And it's the same with your wife.
Mm.
I hate watching New Jersey housewives. Okay.
That's not all I do.
She does it like at night time when we're relaxing and chilling. I'm on my laptop, she'll watch that, which is fine.
That's
However,
my
I'll,
hour of
I'll
like
ask a
switch.
few questions. Oh, why is he being like that?
That's my hour of switching
Oh, what's
off.
going on?
I'm feeling very judged at this moment.
But
It's
then
literally an
I have
hour.
but you don't ask me about my Walking Dead.
Yeah, but I know that your need is just to have peace and quiet when you're watching it. So I don't
You don't
interrogate
realize
you.
I'm taking ideas down
I
for the
don't,
end of the
yeah,
world.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Don't
I'm doing my
remember.
prep about
Yeah.
it. So So care about what each other do,
You've been
especially in
taking an
relationship.
interest in me making my homemade soups, though, haven't you? Because you're the chief taste
They
tester.
are nice, man. They
Yeah.
are nice, and they are nice. So yeah, so start taking more of interest in what other your kids and your partner are doing rather than what you want to do.
But you feel like we're getting closer to the screen.
Are we? um, lead with presence, not authority. Okay, and this is quite a hard one to do with dads because dads want to bark orders. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do
I
this.
think so. I think that happens sometimes when control's been lost a bit,
Yeah, when if you've not
and you don't
that's
get it back by
no,
acting
or if you're
like a
frustrated about things,
dictator.
or like
Yeah.
if you fall, me and you have fallen out, and
Yeah.
then you start trying to
We never fall out, you
no, no, never.
know.
And so what you need to start looking at instead of being a CEO or dictator, start looking at being a leader. Okay, so that's more about telling your kids, not telling your kids what to do, but more about doing it with them, isn't it?
Mhm.
Instead of saying, right, go and tidy your room, I'll sometimes go and just tidy your room with
Let's make a
Emily.
start on the house.
Yeah,
We'll do one room, you do the other.
yeah.
Teamwork. Not
Teamwork.
like go and tidy your room while
Yeah,
you're sitting down watching telly. Because
yeah.
that seems a very unfair
Fair, yeah.
balance, doesn't it? Yeah.
Instead of saying be nice to, I don't know, your sister or whatever, let's all think of a way to show how to get on today
Mm.
and things like that. And sometimes, like if your little one thinks you're always moody, it's not a nice situation to be in. If you're seen as the person that's always moody, like my little one would say to me, "Dad, are you in a mood?" I'd be like, "No, I'm cool." And she's like, "Okay then." And I wonder sometimes, like, what am I doing to
Yeah.
make her ask that question? Because most of the time, I'm not in a mood.
You're straight faced and
I'm very straight faced, or if I'm on my phone, or if I'm
you're
doing
not
work,
gushy gushy
or if I'm
over.
not gushy gushy, or if I'm not spoken for 5 minutes and stuff like that, she'll ask me
Yeah.
again. I'll be like, no, no, then I'll give her a hug and I'll have a joke or whatever. So
Yeah.
sometimes your uncommunication, is that the word?
Your subconscious body language.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
set a tone.
Yeah.
And so you really got to lead and be more aware of what you're doing rather than shouting and trying to get control back.
Because remember, you're leading by example, aren't you? So
Yeah.
if you're just barking orders, shouting at your kids,
Yeah.
telling them what to do, and not no with no reasoning behind it, and
Yeah.
we're not sitting here as parenting experts, but
As
it's
if,
just what works
yeah,
for
of course,
us.
yeah.
But we've always kind of involved her in perhaps like jobs that need doing, or
Yeah.
we'll get involved in things that we want her to do, and we've never really had a problem with her being defiant, really, have we? Or
No.
sort of
No.
feeling like she's being dictated to almost.
And it's also, you've got to be careful, Dad. This is for dads that you're not constantly on their case.
Yeah.
Go and tidy your room. Go and tidy. Hurry up.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to be like,
Do you remember that as a kid when your mum and dad
oh
did that to you and you hated it?
yeah. And it's like, come on, you ready? Come on,
Or
you
you
ready?
just
Come on.
want
You're like,
5 more minutes,
yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like, no, no.
exactly. It's so annoying. So,
The countdown is a good one.
what?
The countdown, like rather than just say, right, it's done
Oh
now.
yeah,
But,
we say like in 5 minutes we're gonna do
and
this.
we've done that from when she's been very
Yeah,
small. Like,
yeah. You got 2 minutes left.
you
Let's soft play.
have meltdowns when you need to leave somewhere or whatever. Or,
Yeah,
there's a TV show that they're watching and it's bedtime.
yeah.
A countdown does normally
We
work.
always say like you got 2 minutes left, and she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And like,
Or
okay,
we're
cool.
going in 5 minutes, or you've got 15 minutes. Not that she has any sort of
Presence of what time is.
she's getting to have
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Even when she was younger, it's just that whole thing of I'm appreciating what you're doing. I'm
Yeah.
respecting, your enjoyment of something or your involvement in something, and I'm not just going to rip it away from you.
Yeah. So wind it down, sort of thing.
Just being fair.
Yeah. And life isn't fair sometimes.
No, it isn't. But
Um,
we can make it as fair as possible.
yes,
can't we?
true. And last but not least, dads, you got to start being present for your wife dash marriage. It's very easy to put, and I think this happens quite a lot. The kids get in the middle,
Mhm.
and so the kids are usually dividing the husband and wife apart because all focus is on them. And what tends to happen is your marriage gets left behind, and then it becomes hard work, doesn't it?
I think a lot of parents so much that they forget that they're
there's
actually in a relationship. They're not
Yeah,
just co-parenting, and they're not just
Yeah.
being dual parents. You are actually supposed to be in a relationship as well,
Yep.
taking time for each other, remembering actually why you're together, because your kids will grow up, your kids will find their own relationships, God willing. They'll sort of leave the nest, and then what's going to be left of you two?
And I think also you got to remember that you got together in the first place, and why you got together in the first place. What was it about your wife that you fell in love with, that you wanted to marry? What was it that connected you together to say, oh, I could see myself spending the rest of my life with this person? Because kids get in the way, and we all change. We get old. We get probably put a bit of weight on. We're probably not as sharp as we used to be, but you can still make effort by doing the small acts of kindness and asking her about her day and doing things that she, again, coming back to the love languages that she appreciates as
Yeah.
her love language. So
Yeah.
you got to remember, guys, this is really important. You're a team.
Yeah.
Okay. Even at home, you're a team. So you're working together to bring your child up. You're working together to make each other happy. You're working together to be a better team, aren't you?
Yeah, remember, life isn't about the big monumental things,
No.
because as wonderful as they are, your holidays and, your big parties and, your big milestones, so to speak, that's once in a blue moon. Your
Hmm.
day in, day out, little things that you do, tokens
Yeah.
of appreciation, little gestures, little actions, little compliments, that all adds up to a really happy life.
And it's quite easy to do if you think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
We just overcomplicate it.
Yeah, you've got to want to do it. You've got to be, again, it always comes back to being intentional.
Yeah. And so you got to remember, dads, and this is where I really want to finalize it all up, that you don't need to be perfect. Okay. You don't need to be perfect. As a dad, all you got to do is be more present. Okay. Because your presence is the power your family need. That's the leadership they need. And so you really got to start thinking about what consistent actions can you do, leaving the phone in your car or outside of the room and being more present, making one-on-one time for your child. So it's just you and them or you and your wife, being more intentional with your time and planning in time, taking leadership, syncing calendars up so you're planning in quality time with your wife and things like that. And also making sure that your marriage is worked on, not just left to coast along while the kids, you're putting more effort in the kids, that your marriage is actually something that you enjoy and being part of and you're doing teamwork, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're choosing to be in a relationship. No one's
Mhm.
forcing you to be. Obviously, once you've had your kids, it's not really something you can take back. But
Yeah.
it's always a choice to be in a relationship. It's never something that's forced upon you. So you should remember why you chose that person in the first place.
Definitely, definitely. Guys, there are top 5 ways you dads can be more present in your home, in your relationship, in your family, in your marriage. And if you liked it, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please drop some comments below. Also, guys, can you subscribe to our Tired Dad podcast, where we do lots of podcasts about marriages, relationships, parenting, and how to be a more rebuilt dad as we go through 2025. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.